is just fantastic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be updating on Johnny Somali. And yes, I'm using my avatar for a change. It's been a while. Johnny is facing a number of charges. With those charges, he's also facing prison terms. His chances of winning are 1 in 10. He has a 10% chance of succeeding, and that 10% is about to get even smaller. It's not an ideal time for Johnny, let's face it. Johnny's looking at, being used as a rubber in a prison. Now, I, being the generous individual that I am, had speculated that Johnny would get about a year, because I thought perhaps there would be some leniency and they would compound all the charges and put it into one as a concurrent sentence. So 1 year, maybe 9 months for good behaviour, by which time he'll resemble a cheese grater. Well, it's about to get a little bit larger, the, let's say, possible sentence, because as time has gone by, we've become more aware of what the charges are and the evidence against him. His live streams, in fact. Those same live streams and his activities all over social media, which tickle me to no end because he doesn't really have the pull he thinks he has, yet with the limited pull he has, he is now staring at a potential sentence longer than that of a life sentence, a standard life sentence, which is about 25 years. He's looking at 31. We'll get to that in a moment, of course. We should possibly dive into something else first, and it involves this individual you see on the screen. This individual on the screen, courtesy of an image from Dexter 2, which, as you see underneath from the amazing Lucas, Why Are They So Violent? We'll get to that soon. This individual is Dalguen, D-A-L-G-U-E-N. They are a Korean SEAL, Marine, one of those military types, and they punched him out. Now, of course, I don't support physically harming people, of course not. He's actually asked people to hit him, though. He has challenged people to do it, so they're doing it. Let's not forget here, Johnny disrespected comfort women's statues, harassed the elderly and children in Korea. He asked for people to do this on purpose. He wanted them to do it so he could make content out of it. That Korean Navy SEAL was fined $7,000 after attacking Johnny Somali, or up to. Happy ending for that. Donut operator sent $4,000 to cover the legal side of this. I'm okay with this. This was covered by Legal Mindset, who had said big thanks to Donut operator for covering the fines imposed for delivering a punch to Johnny Somali for his insult of the Statue of Peace, the Korean people, and attacks on women and children. Picture of the individual who punched him in his military attire. Just the thing, please don't mess with people who served. It's not a good look for you. Donut operator actually got in contact with this individual, the Marine, because of Legal Mindset anyway. I like networking, don't you? It's funny how Johnny tries to sow seeds of dissent and discord, yet he has managed to create unity around him, just not in the bubble he resides within, which is a bit embarrassing really, isn't it? Now, for those who want a bit more of a comprehensive breakdown of Johnny Somali and his activities over the past year, I will link a number of videos for you, because I've done a few, all of which are quite important for context's sake. Now let's dive into the more recent tweet from Dexter2 concerning additional charges. Actually, no, I'm just going to show you an Anne with an E's reply, oh no, anyway. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll dive into the article instead. Johnny Somali facing up to 31 years in jail after being charged with another sex crime. Now, he's already been done for one because of the AI generated, which concerned a local South Korean celebrity that he introduced into a picture. Yet there are low bars. He's decided James Cameron can't reach this one. It's gotten even lower. So in 2024, Johnny Somali, real name Ramzi Khalid Ismail, Johnny travelled to South Korea and continued where he left off in Japan and Israel. Now I think, isn't he banned in Japan now? I don't know about Israel, but I can't imagine he wants to go back there right now. In numerous broadcasts, the streamer disrespected Koreans, disrupted businesses, confronted other content creators, and was even KO'd by a former Korean Navy SEAL. The funny thing about Johnny, he's got this will to keep getting up that I find impressive, but he has a glass jaw. Every time he's struck, he instantly goes down. He does not have a survival instinct. He does not have legs that could actually withstand much. Yeah, Somali ended up being charged for some of his streamed content in an ongoing trial that saw him show up late and hung over for his first court appearance. One of those court appearances we did go through, and it was rather amusing because it was covered by Atozi, who had flown all the way out there with a few others. I think Legal Mindset was one of them actually, to observe this as it unfolded, because Johnny went in a suit that didn't fit, far too big, because he's a midget, a little twink boy. He went in and he's small by Korean average height standards. He went in, and by the time the proceedings ended and all the charges were read out, the smile was gone from his face. On the 8th of May 2025, it was reported that Johnny Somali was charged with a second sex crime, which would add another 10 plus years on top of his other charges, because he's been hit with another deepfake charge. According to YouTube lawyer Legal Mindset, Johnny was hit with a second count of distributing false videos in the form of deepfakes, something that is considered a sex crime in Korea. It is considered a sex crime in many countries, by the way. It really is. And it should be treated as such, by the way. 100%. Previously, he was facing one single count for allegedly sharing deepfakes of Korean streamer Bong Bong kissing him. In Korea, when it comes to the legal process, they take this very seriously. In fact, if they get you in a courtroom, they've 90% proven everything already. That courtroom is almost like a Kardashian trial. You are basically there just to be told you're guilty. If you're a Star Trek fan, congratulations, you got the reference. The second charge, as per Legal Mindset, is probably from other Korean streamers, who had run-ins with Somali, such as the Navy SEAL, who was fined for punching the American. This doesn't include the other charge filed against him, and so far he's pled guilty to one count of obstruction of business, but he has an additional charge against him too. Obstruction of business carries a maximum penalty of 5 years. Now this is why I don't think he'll get 5. An example may well be made, but I do think he'll get lesser on those. The deepfakes, well, there's something else. I just realised I missed a sentence. Deepfakes carry a maximum penalty of 10.5 years in jail. So if he's found guilty on both counts, he could be behind bars for 21 years if they do them consecutively and not concurrently. I don't know the legal system in South Korea enough to know whether they would stack them or run them side by side. Hence, consecutive and concurrent. In the UK, it is incredibly common, and I don't agree with it, for sentences to be concurrent. Because ideally, we want people to go to prison and then get out of them as quickly as possible before they go to the European Court of Human Rights and claim we violated them. I still think we need to make an Azkaban and put them out there on neutral loaf, especially the more serious criminals. So tax dodgers and lawyers. UK lawyers, more importantly, if you're a legal YouTuber. It's not a shot at you, I promise. But I'm going to also add insurance companies from the American side because you guys are predators and you know it. When it comes to the obstruction of business charge, things like this don't help because he has, on top of the bad charges, he has made it a point to insult many facets of South Korean life. His go-to defense was always, I'm an American, I'm an American. South Korea is one of the biggest, strongest, most powerful economies and countries in the world. It'd be even more powerful, I guess, if North Korea could reintegrate and then obviously after a few generations actually just become Korea, because it would be a massive boom to the world. The economy, the world stage would be massive. South Korea is massive, and I don't think they're afraid remotely of US interference because they have a good relationship with the US. And I don't think the US are going to protect you, Johnny Somali, because they have no reason to. You're a tool. You make Americans look bad. You are very, very privileged. You've had everything, and you've thrown it all away for clout on the internet. Something which you tried in some faux melancholy video to make it seem like you were more relatable and down to earth. But then you carried on being an absolute tosspot. So really, what have you accomplished? Not much, really. If we were to compare you with any standard YouTuber, I think more YouTubers have accomplished more than you because they've at least got something to show for it in the form of a play button. At best, you've got bruises, scuff marks, cuts, scars. You don't have anything else to show for your jackassery, the general jackassery that you like to partake in on a regular basis. Now, this isn't including other possible charges that haven't been filed yet, as he's also accused of threatening to spread HIV, broadcasting North Korean propaganda, and violating anti-terrorism laws. Now, the North Korean propaganda one reminded me of a channel that I've been seeing a lot of shorts for lately. A YouTube channel of a guy who's gone to North Korea as a tourist, done marathons and all these things, And I put it up there next to the influencers who do all those quaint videos talking about how amazing China is. And don't try me with this crap. It's a lie. Stop it. Spreading HIV is an interesting one. If proven true, that is a horrendous thing to try and do. And as far as violating the country's anti-terrorism laws, that's a bold move. It's a very bold move. All three, a very broad and varied activity list for the Johnny Somali type person deal moment. It's like he wants to hit every nail in the coffin to ensure that he doesn't come out for a long time. Because you've got deepfakes, which some could argue falls within revenge PORN. Feels like it does, but he doesn't even know the people. You've got the North Korea propaganda, which is risky. You have anti-terrorism laws, which may well fall within the North Korean propaganda, and HIV, which is disease-based. And then hassling the local people, insulting the comfort girl statues. All of this makes you look like you were just trying to honestly get yourself buried. Now, because I wasn't so familiar with the HIV-related part, I had to click on a few tweets, and I found it from the 23rd of April 2025 in a video shared by Johnny So Smally, an extended version of Johnny threatening to spread STDs through Korea deliberately. Here's a clip of that.
If Korea does not let me out of Korea, I'm telling you right now, it is a danger to the Korean women. I have had so much sex with Korean women while I've been locked here. I don't wear any condom when I don't get any STD tests when I f Korean women. I don't get any STD tests when I f Korean women. And I make sure spread whatever I have all of these Korean women.
Because I wasn't so familiar with the North Korean propaganda, but I knew about it, there is also another video of it because he did this. Tweeted by Legal Mindset. And the anti-terrorism laws come courtesy of him threatening bomb scares. The video has since been deleted, by the way. Well, his original stream part, but the video is on the internet, so the internet is, as we all know, forever.
나에겐 폭탄이 있다. 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 나에겐 폭탄이 있다.
Sorry.
나에겐 폭탄이 있다.
I'm sorry.
나에겐 폭탄이 있다.
What does it even say?
폭탄이
Oh,
있다.
I don't know. What?
나에겐 폭탄이 있다.
Guys, there's kids right here,
나에겐
bro.
폭탄이 있다.
As far as I'm concerned, good luck. I'm not rooting for you though, Johnny. I'm really not. And I can't imagine many people want to root for you unless rooting for you is a guarantee that you go to a prison. If you want to promote North Korea in South Korea, go to North Korea. Best of luck. You will have a absolutely magical time. If you want to spread disease and harm people, you chose the wrong country. And if you want to make scares of the explosive variety, even though you're a midget that doesn't even know how to plug a battery in, along with all the deep fakes, along with harming the people, insulting the people, embarrassing the people, humiliating the people for clicks, you get to be immortalized in a prison as a fantastic demonstration of how not to be a content creator. More countries will introduce more laws, tightening the grip on what you IRL streaming idiots can get away with. They'll do it, and the people will back it because they think of you as nothing more than an absolute colostomy bag.